There we go. Cool. Hello and welcome back to the stream. We are doing something a little bit different today.
Welcome.
Hello.
There we go. I can't actually see OBS, so if this is or is not working, I have absolutely no idea. But we can hold on.
The stream.
Okay. Well, today we are actually going to do some true crime. We're going to be watching the Amber Heard testimony part 2, because part 1 was just fluff, I guess. And I actually initially didn't watch the testimony because it gives me anxiety, merely because I actually know a Amber Heard in my life who has been around for like 15 years. So I feel like I have slight PTSD based on this woman. So just listening to her talk gives me anxiety. But yeah, so we figured we'd try something different, a little bit of true crime amongst our gaming stream.
A-okay so far, by the way.
Oh, okay, cool. Thanks. So we're just gonna do this. I might skip ahead depending on what is asked, but I guess let's go.
I don't know anything about true crime stuff.
Yeah, but you do know about the Amber Heard Johnny
situation. Yes, I know that.
That you know about that. You'll be fine. Let's see. Let's shimmy ahead here.
Johnny was sober.
Oh my God! Already.
2013. Can you describe your relationship with Mr. Depp during that month? And we'll start there.
I remember it was after a period of some peace, and then in sobriety. Johnny was sober, drinking Beck's, and my dad, who was struggling with alcohol and drug addiction at the time, had fallen off the wagon, and I remember he said, "Why don't we I want to send a picture to your dad of support," because my sister was upset with my dad, and so he poured a shot and kind of said, "Let's take a picture." I don't drink spirits, but I know that, I kind of held up in that picture. It's kind of eerie because I just think it's bizarre. He had broken this long period of sobriety that.
What is the question? I thought it was. I'm very confused.
I'm
How
also
was
very
it
confused.
before? How was it before all?
What? But then how the fuck did we get to this? What does this have to do with anything? Wait, rewind, back to reality. There's no reality with this, just fucking
I'm going to take you up to March of 2013. Can you describe your relationship with Mr. Depp during that month?
Okay, so that was the question. And a minute in, she's talking about her dad's sobriety. Got you. This chick's fucking crazy. Okay.
He had broken this
long
period of sobriety that I thought was going to be the end of him drinking forever. Sounds foolish now, but I, held up this kind of glass with him, and we sent the picture to my dad because, I didn't know what else to do. And I remember thinking,
you don't know what else to do.
Drinking.
I don't understand this. He broke his sobriety. Let me send him so clearly he's an alcoholic. Let me send him a picture of a shot glass. In what, solidarity? How does one even...
Is it supposed to be like a...
supportive? Here you go.
Yeah.
Carry on drinking, old man. Drink to the grave. What the fuck is this? Okay.
What's the idea here?
I don't know. Okay.
And
only 2 minutes in. Good God.
Really crazy from that point on. It was a bit of a revolving door of accusations. He was accusing me of having affairs with, well, frankly, just one person. I had an acquaintance with somebody, and he was accusing me of being with them, and then he was accusing me of being with my friend, the one I had seen in Spain. I'm
Probably all true.
these kind of arguments. Nothing I do is working. Walking out of the room is me leaving him, walking away from me.
I thought Johnny's just doodling on the side there.
That it went from that to pulling me in by my arm, still shouting at about the accusations.
He's making his next song.
I'm trying to diffuse the situation by trying to tell him I'm not sleeping with this person and I'm not sleeping
This
with that
crazy bitch
person.
going down.
Kind of, as soon as it seemed as though I had convinced him of one, there was somebody else he was sure.
But you were having affairs left, right, and center, so...
It was a revolving door at that time.
I
Painting
mean,
I
your
had
friend...
hanging on the wall.
Your friend, your best friend at the time's husband or boyfriend or whatever, literally testified in his deposition that you told her that you had a threesome while you were still married to John. Okay. We just forget all this happens.
That's, huh? Wait, I
Ye-
need context for that.
No, like for real. Hold on. I can't remember what his name was. Let me Google. Don't look at my search history, people. Rocky Pennington boyfriend. Oh fuck. Oh, it's Josh Drew. Drew confirms affair. Amber affair. Will Google let me? Oh fuck. Here we go.
Did Rocky tell you that Amber Heard was having an affair with Cara Delevingne while she was still married to Johnny Depp?
Yes.
One.
Did she ever tell you that the three of them, Elon Musk, Cara Delevingne, spent the night with Amber in November of 2016?
To the specific date, I can't say.
Did she ever tell you in words or substance, while Amber was still married to Johnny Depp, that the three of them, Amber Heard, Elon Musk, and Cara Delevingne, spent the night together?
Yes.
So they were having a three-way affair, correct?
My understanding, yes.
Okay.
So there's that.
Yo,
Hey,
Hi, Sable.
we're doing true crime. We're watching the Amber Heard testimony because I haven't watched it
Say
yet.
hi to Chad.
Oh yeah, that too.
Say hi to Chad.
Anyway, let's go.
Done by my ex, who's an artist. That was one day he was convinced that was proof I was sleeping with her, or having an affair with her. I didn't really love him, and all the while I'm madly in love with him and trying to convince him. So March started with this picture of him doing a shot, and he's kind of saying, let's send it to your dad to show support. And what I remember of March is just like it's almost like it was a never-ending fight. It was just, there were breaks in it. What kept me in it is because I kept waiting for the other shoe to drop, the sobriety shoe, if you will. I kept waiting for him to get to the point where it's not supportable or anymore, and he's done with it and he's ready to get clean and sober again, because there commences a period of like pure joy. And it was one fight after the other. March.
So let me start with the painting incident. Please tell the jury what happened on that particular incident with the painting.
Okay.
As I mentioned, the painting, which had been hanging there for months, one day he kind of stayed up doing cocaine, just drinking, doing cocaine,
I
music,
love
which is
his face. He's like,
not
what?
in and of itself that weird
Did you
in
see
my
it?
relationship with Johnny at this point. You know, like he
It did
stays
not.
up clean and sober again because there commences a, as I mentioned,
Okay, just take your
the
photo. Take your
painting
photo.
which had been hanging there for months. One day he kind of stayed up doing cocaine, just
And he's like,
drinking,
what?
doing cocaine, music, which is not in and of
That
itself
did give
that
that look.
weird in my relationship with Johnny at this point. You know, like he stays up and keeps weird hours and smokes and stuff. But he was drinking brown liquor and doing a lot of cocaine, and it was like
I thought you were
it
sleeping.
became clear to me in that argument, if you will, that he wasn't making sense. He had
What?
effectively just taken, it seemed like, a turn and had decided that the painting was an offense that he could not forgive me for. It meant I was having an affair with my ex-partner,
I don't
whom I had
understand
already
any
split,
of this.
with whom I had already split, and it made no sense to me. So I'm trying to kind of quell the accusations by saying, you know, it's been there, and what are you talking about? And it's like, that doesn't mean anything. And, you know, he was demanding I take it down. He eventually takes it down and tries to burn it, but it was unsuccessful, luckily, because he was not, he wasn't, with one of those normal, what do you call them, fake lighters, he wasn't very successful at doing it while drinking, to the extent he was. But I remember it was this kind of ridiculous fight, like didn't feel like it needed to
Even
be
he's like a
an
big
argument,
lighter,
but
bro.
it seemed like nothing I could do, nothing I could say. I tried leaving. I
love the side by side.
left the room. I left the house. I eventually came back. It was like a whole night, an evening, a night, and then a morning of this. So this morning in particular, I think it was the
This is not
22nd
making
of
any
March.
sense
There were
to
several
me.
incidents in March, though. But in this particular one, he had something to go to. He was filming with Keith Richards and Tom Waits.
Well, let me, before you go into that part, let's pull up Defendant's Exhibit 161, which is already admitted into evidence, I believe, Your Honor.
Yes, 161 with redactions.
Thank you. And I'm going to show you Defendant's Exhibit 161. And the date on this is 3/12/2013, and it's a text exchange between you and Mr. Depp. Do you see that?
I do.
Okay. And the first one is from you to Mr. Depp. Just thought you should know there exists a book. Is that to you? Is it to Mr. Depp from you, or it's vice versa? Isn't it?
It's Johnny texting me.
Just thought you should know there exists a book titled Disco Bloodbath. And then you say, we need that book. And you say, is this about last Friday night by any chance? And he says, how can you make me smile about such a hideous moment? And I'm not going to repeat the rest of it. Could you tell the jury what happened on that Friday night?
Last Friday night. I had to.
There were, like I said, there was a few different incidents in March. I believe
I
this
felt
one
like
happened
Johnny talks slow, but
in
this
the Eastern
is
Columbia
just
building, which are one of Johnny's penthouses. They're in downtown,
Nah,
it's a
Johnny
different
talks
part
slower.
of Los Angeles.
he
I would
does, but at least
sometimes
he's
go there.
coherent.
I remember he was accusing me again of sleeping with this artist, this musician who I'd
Artist,
never slept with.
musician.
I was denying it. I barely knew the person. And then he was accusing me of sleeping with my friend in Spain. And I remember nothing I could do. He like called this person on the phone and screamed at him. He didn't speak English, so he was really confused as to what he was.
I am very confused as to how she's not even talking about a specific moment. It's just like some random babble about in March. Like for me personally, if you ask me about certain incidents, like if I were being accused of something or whatever, like surely I would forget like specifics, like the actual date or whatever. But like incidents, obviously, with the person that I had to deal with, that basically Amber Heard, they remind me of Amber Heard and vice versa. Like
You remember
those specific situations.
Are you rewatching the old trial or is this new stuff SQUID3?
This is new stuff. No, old stuff. Sorry. I'm watching the old trial because I never actually watched the Amber Heard testimony because as I was saying, I have an Amber Heard-esque person in my life who has given me some form of PTSD, I swear. So watching Amber Heard gives me anxiety. So I've never actually watched her testimony, so I figured I'd give it a go. This is the old stuff. This is part 2, because part 1's kind of just dribble drabble about her life, and I don't really give a shit. I am very biased. I'm very team Johnny, given that I have obviously experienced this type of behavior and this type of person. So if you don't like that, I'm sorry. But yeah, this is the old trial. This is just her testimony that I never watched and that we are commenting on because I wanted to actually see what she was saying. But the question her attorney asked her is what happened in March, and she's literally just like hip hop skipping to like different sections, and then he's screaming at this person who doesn't speak English, and he's doing this, and I'm like, when I deal with obviously the person that I had to deal with, my own Amber Heard, whatever. Like I can remember specifics, like she said this and she said this and then I said this and then I said this, and it was like I can remember quite like vividly, but because she's jumping back and forth, it just makes her so unbelievable to me personally. I do not understand. I do not understand her thinking here. As of today, I know that she has sold her house and she has filed for bankruptcy. She does still intend to try and appeal. I don't know how she's going to do that. She does have a new team. She has, quote unquote, fired Elaine Broderhoff and has taken on another law firm. I can't remember their name, but they deal with high profile cases like this. So they're going to try appeal. I don't know why or how she's going to pay them because she took out those, I think it's the insurance policies with the 2 separate companies, and then they were fighting to not pay because it was found that she did this in malice. So then they were arguing that they shouldn't have to pay for her legal fees. So she is essentially bankrupt. So I don't understand how she's got a new legal team. That is how much I know for now. But I just wanted to know what she said here because the first time I tried to watch this, it gave me like an anxiety attack. So we're trying to redo this because we watched all the other parts of the trial except for this. So yeah.
Yeah, we already know about the outcome and all that.
We know the outcome, yeah, no. We very well know the outcome. I'm very glad Johnny won.
Yeah, knowing that she gets what she deserves, I imagine that would help a bit with the anxiety. Like she
Yes.
doesn't get away scot-free with it, so.
Yeah. Because obviously the person in my life, the Amber Heard in my life is married to my brother. So it's kind of like a similar-esque situation. But this type of person, they're very manipulative, and until you actually see it and notice it, like you like it took so long for everyone in my family to actually just realize that she's just fucking crazy. But yeah, I couldn't watch it obviously because my brother's currently going through a divorce. So like watching this and having that happen, like it gave me anxiety. So knowing the outcome of the case, it gives me a little more I don't want to say confidence, but it makes it less anxious for me to see that she gets her just desserts. And it's very frustrating for me to actually read, because the one podcast that I listened to, the only comment they had on the trial was Johnny Depp and Amber Heard are both actors and they're just acting on the trial, acting on stand, and I'm like, bruh, this is their lives. Like they hadn't even watched the trial and they're already commenting. And the one lady on the podcast, she's like an advocate against sexual assault and violence against women and whatever. And she's always like, no, men get assaulted too, this, that, and the next thing. But like, she wouldn't even watch the trial to see the evidence or try and believe either one of, like, she was just, they're just acting on stand. And I was so angry. I tried to find like where I could like type to them, like on Facebook or the podcast app or the whatever, just to be like, guys, I have a lost respect for you. But I couldn't actually find anywhere to talk to them, so. But that's besides the point. This is still the old part of the trial. I'm probably going to skip ahead a little bit because she's making absolutely no sense to me, and I am. Yeah, it's like she's trying to come up with the lies on the spot. But I am very biased when it comes to this case, merely because I have experienced this in my life, and I can see right through this woman's bullshit.
Being yelled at by Johnny. But I remember those were the accusations. That was the fight. But it was one to the next accusation. And I remember I was kind of doing that juggling act. I was in one of these fights, I believe it's this one, in his downtown ECB, we call it, loft. And we're in the kitchen living room area, and he backhands me. And,
like Will Smith, kind of like.
He wears a lot of rings. I remember kind of just.
So did you get a bruise of his like
into my teeth?
90.
And it got a little blood on the wall.
He backhands me. My lip went into my teeth. How did he backhand you? Did he like backhand you into your teeth? Or did he backhand you like...
Maybe she was doing that smoldering thing with your teeth and your lips and then he got her.
What do you mean that smoldering thing? What action
You know when
that?
you bite your lip and you look sexy at someone?
Why would you do that while you fight? That's not smoldering. Like, what the fuck? No, why would you do that when you're fighting? I don't understand, because... Unless he like punched, because he backhanded her. Unless he like punched her like a boxer. You know, like when they lose a teeth and it goes poof, like in that slow-mo style. I don't understand how the backhand would have her lip go in her teeth unless he backhanded her into the front of her face. Just, I could just imagine me in jury deliberations. I'd be like, you obviously can't see you guys should watch me on Skype right now. You can't see on Twitch. You probably should just have it open so you can see my actions. But I would probably be sitting there in jury deliberation being like, how would you backhand someone? And be like, come here, I need a test subject. Blah.
I'm not an abuser. but
I hope not.
If I were,
if you were,
I would not backhand someone to have people argue over whether or not it was a backhand or a punch. I would suplex them. That way they could argue it. No, it wasn't a suplex. It was a pile driver. No.
No, but that's her. She's like, I didn't punch you. I slapped you. There's a big difference. You weren't punched.
A hit is a hit.
Yeah, no, it was hit.
I didn't hit you. I slapped. Was it hit?
I'm not punching you. I'm hitting you.
With what? An open or closed fist?
I didn't scream at you. I yelled at you.
Oh, that's the same as donate and pledge.
Oh, God.
I didn't cut you. I scratched you.
Where blood came out. I scratched
Either
you
way,
and blood
still,
conveniently came out.
It's not my fault you have thin
still
skin.
hit.
Jeez. Okay, let's see. Let's try and make sense where this is going. Because
Your face
Sable, you
attacked
should
my
see.
fist.
Yeah, your face attacked my fist. Sable, you should seriously hop into.
You blocked the blow with your face.
I was punching in the air. You just walked into. It's like that song. It's like that song. What's it called? Don't slip my tongue. It's that play. The nine murderesses of
Chicago.
that one, where she's like, and then he ran to my knife. He ran to my knife 10 times. He ran into my fist.
He simply just ran into my fist.
Oh, okay. Where are we? Let's see.
Just that simple. A little bit of blood on the wall.
A little bit. Like, were
As
you
hard
next to
as
the
it
wall?
is,
Okay.
as hard as it is to explain this, I was so caught up in the relationship and also very occupied in defending what I only could assume he believed, these accusations, that, you know, I didn't internalize, like, I didn't make that big of a deal of it. I kind of pride myself on being tough, and, you know, I don't make a big deal out of, you know, smaller injuries. And I know that sounds horrible because and hard maybe.
Like, what happened? I mean, what you
Oh,
said
she's
is
just having a.
really.
I'm
Oh,
having a moment. I'm
moment.
having a moment because, like, I pride myself on being tough. I'm like, so do I. And yet I will still go and tell everyone my story of my person let's give them a name. We just call her the snake. So the snake, I was at a birthday party for my best friend, and the snake was there. And now I've got very bad like sinus problems. So like my friend and them, they like smoke hubbly and stuff, but they tend to like blow the smoke away from me. Like, so I tend to sit on like the opposite side of wherever they like
That's very nice of
their
them.
smoke. Yeah, no, because it really affects my sinuses. Um and so there I'm not, obviously I don't smoke heavily. I'm not very ad, blah, 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 blah,
Blah,
adept
blah, blah, blah.
at blah 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 adept at the terminology, but there's a point in time where you have to open the pipe and like blow in it so that you can blow out some of the stagnant air. I would assume it is while you're smoking. I'm not entirely sure. And the snake literally just looked at me and she's like, I should just let this go in your face right now. And I was like, what the fuck?
Okay.
Like, I was literally just sitting there, minding my own ass business, not saying a damn word. And then she just said that to me. And I was like, now I
Bitch,
pride
please.
myself on being tough. But if this hoe fucking slapped me, bitch, there would have been a brawl. So her saying, I pride myself on being tough, and he backhanded me, and there was blood on the wall, and it like went into my teeth, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
She's simultaneously a strong, heroic woman, yet also a victim.
But she claims she never, ever wanted to be called a victim. I'm like, okay. Then why did you
You
write
can't
the
hear my
op-ed?
background noise, can you?
No.
Okay, good.
Okay, so it's not a big deal to her that she got smacked in the face. Cool.
Maybe to understand, but my best way to cope with it is I kind of you know, minimize it, make sure no one, make sure he knows that I'm
A big
I'm
tough girl.
tough and can't knock me down, and I make a joke of it, clearly.
Clearly, what was the joke?
I'm going to, Michelle, if you can take this one down and.
Was that her trying to
bring up
cry?
170A. Did
See
there
if she
come a
looks at any
time in
cameras.
March,
If she does, then yes.
Amber,
Because she's like, she wiped under her eye. So I was just trying to see, was that her trying to
Yeah.
cry? Who just hopped on?
It would be
Hi, we
Say
watching
hi
the
to
trial.
chat.
Say hi to stream.
Hey, stream.
We're watching the Amber Heard testimony because I couldn't watch it before. Now we can watch it. So.
Yeah, I'm also
Oh,
under
I've got a
really
question.
bad weather. What's up?
I've got a question for you. If
Oh?
I backhanded you in the face, would it feel like your lip went into your teeth and blood splattered all over the wall?
What?
If I backhanded you in the face.
It would feel like you just started a fight you couldn't finish.
Bess, that's not what I'm saying. If I'm trying to get the logistics of this. She says, Johnny backhanded me in the face and it felt like my lip went into my teeth and then blood got sprayed on the wall.
I mean, that... I mean, your lip is definitely going to get pushed onto your teeth.
Yeah, no, but I'm asking, how would you backhand
But-
someone to that extent? Because if you're backhanding them,
Yeah,
you
I
tend
don't
to
think you
backhand them
can.
on the cheek, ne? The cheek.
Yeah.
Unless he's literally backhanding her straight into her mouth, but then how would the blood get on the wall? This bitch didn't think nothing through.
Unless she's got some really fucked up teeth.
I
No,
don't
she
imagine
doesn't.
you could backhand someone. Like, I don't imagine you could have a cut lip and have it spray on the wall.
You couldn't. Hell, if your lips are bleeding, you can't. Like, I mean, you have to really rail
Yeah,
someone.
you have to rip the whole.
on,
You have to rip the whole thing off.
Yeah.
Guys, okay.
Now,
Give
like,
you the logistics.
I don't need
if
any
she
more.
if she said
That's
she
like
got punched on
saying-
the nose and it
Well,
sprayed
it's
all
like a
over the
paper
girl,
cut.
that I could understand.
No, she says
Like,
Johnny
you give me a
punched her
paper cut
nose,
and
but
it
the
sprayed
very
all over the
next
wall.
day,
But no, it doesn't
she
look
had
like
like the cutest little button nose, but ears all swelling, and she had makeup on, so the makeup covered the swelling.
Uh-huh.
Basically,
Oh, that
I don't know.
don't sound good.
Yeah, I don't know how much makeup you use, but can makeup like hide a swelling that well?
Completely, you can just make it like
you can lessen it.
the swelling will be there, but the color won't be there.
Yes, you can lessen the color. The problem is.
So what you telling me that if a swelling is bad enough?
Well, if she had her nose fucking broken, you would see it. Then she changes it to, it felt like her nose. It felt like he broke her nose. So then she changes tack. So there's a little bit of disparity there. So she changes it from you see, Johnny, you broke my nose. Let me paint red nail polish on a fucking tissue. So she changes it to, it felt like he broke her nose. But like then they show pictures of like the very next day. And she's like, makeup won't cover it, but ice will. And then even Camille Vasquez was like, ice heals swelling? It doesn't heal it, but it will lessen it. I'm like, lessen it to an extent, but Jesus.
Also, I've seen broken noses. You are not hiding a broken nose in a dig.
Yeah.
And I believe Johnson will know what broken nose looks like. It's
Yeah.
not me joking. It's not me like giving him shit. Like it's actually like just me saying like, yeah, I believe him.
You've seen pictures of people who were actually domestically abused. You can tell.
Yeah. Like
also, your nose, unless you get like some actual surgery done, when your nose heals, it will not look the same. You are not getting that to look how it was before you broke it. Mine hasn't been broken,
She still says
But I've
that
been
she
punched
has. Yeah, you've been punched in it a
in.
lot. Does it look
Yeah,
fucked
I've
up?
been punched in it a lot. Not completely, but you can definitely tell like it's a little crooked.
She still says she didn't go to any doctors
I do
for
not.
any of these broken noses or when she was supposedly allegedly sexually assaulted with a broken bottle, I do believe it was. Was it a broken bottle? I don't know. I didn't hear her testimony, so I guess I'm just like throwing shit out you. But
If I remember that she did mention a broken bottle. I guess we'll see.
broken. I don't know if it'll be mentioned. We'll have to find the part.
Yeah, if you get a bottle cracked over your head, you're not walking that off.
I mean,
it wasn't cracked
Unless you're
over
like,
her head. It was shoved up her nethers.
even then,
That's
like
far
you are
from
not. You're not walking that off.
No, no,
Because
no,
that bottle
no.
is gonna break. Glass is gonna go everywhere.
Yeah. And I just sat there and I was like, I've had that excruciating pain, and that would probably not that excruciating pain, but I would most likely go to the doctor for that. But okay, where are we now?
Where you sent a picture to your mom?
What did you send to your mom?
Yes, this is sometime in March 2013. I
pet your kitties.
I sent it to her because I'd been texting about some of the craziness, and I
Objection, hearsay.
Pet the cats for
Hearsay.
I'll sustain as to what she may have texted. All right.
Sustained, bitch.
Without saying what
Objection?
you said in the text,
Yeah.
explain
Objection?
why you were sending
No,
it
it was
to your mom.
sustained. It was sustained.
I
Camille's
was
got this.
reaching out. It's
Reaching
very
out.
lonely in what I was living
Camille's
in.
really good.
I know, right? She
Wanted
got
help.
promoted
I wanted
to
you guys'
partner. I'm so
help.
proud of her.
I just wanted
Nice.
to talk to somebody
Mm.
and figure out how I could make this stop.
And is this a picture that you took of yourself in March of 2013?
I did.
Your Honor, I'm going to move the admission of Defendant's Exhibit 170A.
Any objection? No objection, Your All Honor. right, 170A in evidence. You can publish the picture.
Thank you, Your Honor.
A lot of Amber defenders are like, oh, well, you know,
How
they're
did you
both
sustain
shitty
that
people.
bruise,
I'm like,
Amber?
okay, that may be so, but that doesn't, like,
Excuse.
Yeah, yeah.
I had thrown a Johnny slapped me. I walked away from him, and that made it worse. We got into like a shouting match. And he kind of did this thing with his body where I could tell he was going to hit me again.
Doesn't merit ruining someone's life.
I picked up I remember it kind of like a little pot, not a pot, but
I only
a
wish
vase.
Vic could get his justice.
I remember I got away from him enough.
I don't think it's going to work out for him.
Threw it in his
Not
direction,
court-wise, anyway.
and actually managed to get away before he got me. He grabbed me by the arm.
Unfortunately.
That's a
And he kind of
grab.
just held me on the floor, screaming at me.
That you got that from him
I don't know
grabbing
how many
you.
times he hit me in the face, but I remember being on the floor of my apartment, and I remember thinking, how could this happen to me again?
So he punched her in the face multiple times, but she takes a picture of the bruise on her arm. That actually kind of looks like a Pac-Man ghost. I mean, like, check this. Look at this. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Pac-Man got her.
Like, I mean, when I went in for my op, I took a picture of my bruise, because I know I bruise easily, and this was just from the injection. Hold on, it's gonna stop my camera. Just so I can, give me a second, so I can, so I took a picture after my op, and this was just from the injection going into my hand, and that was I was in the hospital for a day. Like I wasn't in like overnight or whatever. But I took a picture of the bruise on my hand after the fact. Let me see if I can just find. Here we go. And
Feel
this
free
was
to.
like, feel free to.
I was gonna say, feel free to, like mute whatever you need to mute, or not going into any details. But are you fully healed? Are you good to go?
Yes, I'm good to go.
Okay. Awesome. Good.
We're working on it. Okay.
Oh,
So
yeah, that image.
yeah. So okay, hold on. Let me get back. Let's get So that was taken.
Who did you backhand?
Yeah, right.
A
Fucker.
bee,
That was
apparently.
I backhanded a fucking bee. Hold on. I'm gonna show people.
That looks like what bees thing would look like.
Yeah. So
Honestly.
like this is my hand. This was
You
like
tried to backhand me, and I turned my head, and you hit my forehead.
yeah. So this was my bruise from a prick. Like obviously just the needle going in. And I was sitting here, I remember because I got this when the Amber Heard trial was like still in its not infancy, but still while it was going. And this specific bruise, I was like, this is what a bruise looks like when she's like, bruise kit. And I'm like, you can see like on the side there's like it's obviously like blue, green, whatever in the middle, and there's like purple on the side. Yeah, she's just like smudged some brown on her arm. Like, bruh, work with me.
Was there a video that surfaced that was like bruise kit? You mean this? The one that was used by actors to replicate a bruise?
Yeah, there was. Hold on.
Also, Pixie, I do not mean this as an insult in any way. How easily do you bruise?
You know the song I Bruise Easily? It was made for me.
Made for me.
And how quickly do you heal from a bruise?
Not that quickly.
Yep.
Like I bruise easily, so be gentle. This one, here it is.
And I'm not trying to defend
I use
Heard, but there are people that do not bruise very easily, and those same people can also heal from a bruise very quickly.
No, I don't know. I'm one of those women that literally just like I'll walk after I take my pills. Like I'm just like, and then I'll walk and then I get bruised and I'm like, where the fuck did this come from? Like I need this arnica cream, not amica cream, arnica cream, that bruise cream. But yeah, this is the video that Spartan was talking about.
like a bruise kit.
Because
It's a theater.
I mean, like
Johnson,
I've gone to
Johnson,
sleep.
shut up.
Sorry.
Color correction kit, but I called it my bruise kit.
Queen, did you mean this theater makeup bruise kit? It's literally called Bruise and Abrasions. It's for theater, and it's meant to make bruises, sweet girl.
Sweet girl.
It's meant to make fake bruises. Is that what you meant? Give me 1 second. I'll show you what I mean. See? Bruise kit. Bruise kit, Queen. This one? Where you make the bruises? Oh, this one? Theatrical bruise kit? Huh. You knew exactly what you were saying, honey. You know, you weren't covering up anything. You were making something. We all know. We all know.
I use like a bruise kit.
We all know.
It's okay, Johnson. Carry on. You can go to sleep and wake up and your bruise is gone, I'm assuming.
Like I've gone to sleep and my face will half my face is bruised because I took one really mean left hook. Right. I go to sleep that night. I wake up the next morning. Bruise is completely gone.
Yeah,
Is that what sleeping's for, though?
Yeah, to heal.
Like,
But
yeah,
I bruise really easily, and it does take quite a while for it to go away. I think it took me about a week, maybe 2 weeks, for that bruise on my hand to go away.
God.
And I got
It
that
does
bruise
make me
merely
bruise,
from the
yeah.
injection that they gave me when I went in for surgery. And I was in for surgery for 45 minutes, I believe. Anyway.
I remember it kind of like a.
What's going on? I remember that, and that healed in like
If we
one
can,
day.
and just for
I was out for a couple of hours.
to
Like they had me hooked up for a few hours.
2013, and if we can scroll up. This is a text
And like
message
2 days
exchange with your
later,
mom,
I'm
correct?
completely fine. So, I'm just saying, there are people that heal from a bruise really quick.
Yeah, that's not me.
I rented the top floor.
Okay.
You rented nothing. He paid for you.
Around
I
this
don't even
time,
know
one of
what's
which I
going
started
on
to
here.
tell you about the painting.
You know, and I know
If
I
you don't know,
interrupted
I
you
don't know.
twice on that, but I realized the jury doesn't. Can you tell them what you mean by orange at orange?
Sorry, Orange was my apartment that I kept in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
And it was an apartment. What type of an apartment?
I rented the top of a duplex. So it was a house with the landlord living on the bottom floor. I rented the top floor.
Okay, thank you. Now, please continue with the painting. I'm sorry.
I don't care about the painting.
Defendants, I'm sorry.
Well, this might be your 167A, but it's in evidence as a plaintiff's number, and I'm not sure which.
Skip ahead. Cocaine, yeah. I love how they neatly placed this cocaine. Like, check this. There's his box. He has neatly placed cocaine that no one's touched.
Poured out when I could.
So, what is the bag, the brown bag on the left side? What is that?
Your handbag?
That's a DOP kit. It's like, you know, his prescriptions and.
Whatever.
Jackie Pennington on 3/22,
yes,
2013. Your Honor, I'd like to. Hicksville.
Campfire and music, and I don't know who somebody brought MDMA. It was being passed around. Somebody
Hey, Hill, we're on stream. We're watching Amber Heard testimony.
Kind of was starting to
Wait, what? Hold on, there's a lot of ones.
Hard to stream.
A high stream. What's happening?
We're watching the Amber Heard testimony.
MDMA
And Pixie,
you know, we were sitting around a campfire.
and Pixie asked what it would be, what would happen if she backhanded me.
You know, head on my shoulder.
I'm gonna mute you.
And kind of grab my arm.
Oh, is that why her bruised hand is in chat?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
She missed my face. She missed my face and hit my forehead.
Oh my God, Johnson, shut up. I'm trying.
I'm sorry.
My word. Like, obviously, knowing the outcome of the case makes it easier for me to watch this because obviously I was very anxious initially when watching this. So, like, we just shimmying through her testimony, and then I think I'm just gonna find highlights that we can see. But like, bruh.
To be the effects of the drug.
The effects of the drug.
Hands, and Johnny grabbed her. Activated. He gets really upset, and he starts. Well, at first she thought he was kidding too. She thought he was kind of making a joke.
All right, I got something in my throat, and I hope I'm not getting sick.
That it was a joke, but
I felt like that.
Hill.
Like, hey man, what do you think?
Maybe if you.
Who is doing whatever in the background?
Sorry, that's me.
Next.
Hill, maybe if you.
Oh, then you have no excuse to make that noise.
Every night.
I'm gonna sick
Only
more
snacks.
just to piss you off.
They're Cheez-Its.
Like,
Next?
Cheez-Its.
Jesus?
Cheez-Its.
Isn't that a snack?
It's like it's like flings, but cheesy flings.
Ooh, I want
they're
snacks.
also,
Oh
they're
my
also the
gosh.
most basic of them.
Okay, shut up. Let's just continue. Stable, finish.
I'm trying. You won't let me eat my snacks though.
Yeah, but you're making so much noise. Can you, like, unnoise it?
Unnoise.
Yes, I will choke on them.
Choke on it!
Sounds good.
You're welcome, Stream.
Name
Or
of
the
all
food abused me.
More, and I knew in my body just instantly that it wasn't a joke, but she didn't. So she's kind of still attached to my arm when he says it again to her louder. He says, "Hey man, you think you're touching my fucking girl? You think you're touching my fucking girl?
I
That's
love
my
how he's
fucking
like,
girl."
what?
And he gets louder and louder, and she kind of did this thing, half understanding what was going on.
I was like,
think
what?
she kind of started to cry
How
at
does
this
one
point,
half
but she kind
understand?
of threw up her hands, and Johnny grabbed her wrist and kind of twisted it and pulled her into him and said, "Do you know how many pounds of pressure it takes to break a human wrist?"
I don't even think Johnny knows how many pounds of pressure it is.
Held her,
Gremlin
and
Kun said.
she just looked frozen. And she's crying, and was just denying understanding what was going on. I stepped in. I kind of take Johnny's arm around, kind of take Johnny's hand, and kind of we start communicating. I don't remember if he immediately was accusing me or if it was
Why is she
sometime
staring at the
after. I
jury
wish I
so
remembered, but
intently?
we agreed that we'd
Because
go
she's trying to
and
get
Them
your
next.
in the trailer. So we walked to the trailer, and when we're in the trailer, Johnny, by the time we get into the trailer, Johnny tells me that I had been instigating the, asking for this, and that I had invited it, and that I hadn't been honest with him about my relationship with this woman. And I didn't really know her that well. I mean, I actually don't know her at all, but I had met her. And I remember in the trailer, he's accusing me of lying about it, and that I had something with her. I'm trying to diffuse that. I'm trying to calm him down. And
I do gotta hop
he
off,
just
so
turned
later.
All that,
Later.
it seemed like he turned all that rage
Later.
onto the trailer itself. And
Oh, this is where there was like a broken light fixture. Oh, sorry, my father's in there. There was like a broken light fixture, and then the guy who worked at the place was like, yeah, it's just like, I don't know, I think it was like $40 or something, 60 to fix what it was broken in the trailer. It wasn't even that much, it was less. And then she was
So what?
like, sorry?
I was gonna say, so what got you in the mood to rewatch this again?
We're not rewatching, this is the first time I've seen it. Remember,
Oh,
we
okay.
didn't watch the Amber Heard testimony. I skipped
Oh,
it.
okay. Also, yeah, you can, Spartan.
started
Only if I
smashing
could
things.
steal your palisadas.
He picked up something on the table and threw it right into the glass cabinet.
Yeah,
a whole hallway area outside of the bathroom, and he starts, what it feels like patting me down or saying he's patting me down. I can't recall.
He's patting you down?
He ripped my dress, the strap top part of my dress. I had just dyed this thing myself pink, and it's just one of those things. I was like, that's I just finished that dress. And he's like grabbing my breasts, he's touching my thighs, he rips my underwear.
I'm just gonna delete what Johnson said in the chat.
And then
underwear's expensive, man.
They have an expensive lifestyles.
What is this face you pulling?
Proceeds to do a cavity search.
A cavity search? What?
I thought you saw this part.
He said he was looking for his drugs, his cocaine, his coke.
And he thought, and she say that
Also, real quick, yo guys, the Genshin, what's it called?
Yep.
Anniversary event.
Hill said.
What's it called? Rewards dropped.
A little later, Hill.
Well, it's in chat for whenever you guys want to see it.
Why would you hide his drugs? Why would you?
How you mule it? I don't know why he would think that all of that would happen.
I'm gonna perform a cavity search on you because you were talking to that girl. I'm trying to see how this plays out in my head. But
Trying to give benefit of the doubt.
even with normal domestic, Zoe, you're getting your ass on stream. Even with normal domestic violence cases, with the crime cases that I have looked up and listened to and watched and what have you, never have I ever heard he gave me a cavity search.
I think she's trying to make it sound like much more innocent. So
Much
it's
more.
like,
He gave what?
like she's trying to make her. He's trying to make. I think he's trying to make it that she sounds like she doesn't know the act of it. So he's like taking away the innocence of it.
What? No, man. That makes absolutely no sense. Okay, cavity search.
I was wondering how somebody who didn't do cocaine and was against it.
Bitch, you did it with him.
In and of itself causing problems in our relationship.
Uh-huh.
How could I hide? Why would I hide his drugs from, like he was insinuating that I was doing it or something? It made no sense.
It makes no sense.
And he was telling me we're gonna conduct a cavity search, shall we?
What? She's trying so hard to cry here.
Just
like,
shove
look at her face.
fingers inside me.
Just stick his fingers inside me. Bro.
Just stood there staring at the stupid light. I didn't know what to do. I just stood.
It was a destiny too.
Just stood there. While he did that, he twisted his fingers around. I didn't say like stop or anything. I just.
So the next morning.
I love how Elaine stops her and then it's like, and scene, let's carry on.
And scene.
I remember thinking that.
Yeah, because now she's not
Johnny
crying
would
anymore.
Change his mind?
About the cavity search. That was already done then.
And it would be. Yeah, I thought it would end differently. I kind of froze. I don't know how we went to bed that night. I don't know how I went to bed. I don't know how I slept. I don't know how we woke up.
You close your eyes and then open them.
Conversation with him the next
That's
day.
two
I don't
things.
remember talking to him about it or confronting him about it. I remember wanting it to be okay. I remember just wanting whatever fucking weird trip, whatever trip that was to end, just to be over and for it to just go back to normal. And I remember my friends were out by the pool, like there was a pool in the center of the trailer park, and I remember putting on my, just putting on my face and going back into this like crowd, and I remember seeing my friends by the pool thinking they were just having a great time, and no one knew what was, I felt so lonely, like no one knows what's. Everyone was just having a good time.
Can you pick a tent that you want to go?
Smiled and made a joke about
no one
how
knew,
trashed
no
the
one
trailer got,
knows.
and we had to get the manager, who started off furious.
He
that Johnny
didn't
had
care.
wrecked the thing, and then he had this like black mesh tank top, not tank top, it was like a mesh
Lola, I
kind of
can
shirt
see what you're
on,
doing.
I remember he came into the trailer.
I'm
and
not
looked around
blind, honey.
and was like, "Whoa, what happened here? Whoa!" And Johnny had an exchange with him. And I remember watching this man be so charmed. It was just a kind of a surreal experience, and it just went away. That just got fixed. We walked out of the trailer at some point. My dog stepped on a bee. We went to the vet and went on with our.
My dog stepped
Hey,
on a
vacation.
bee. We went to the. What kind of face is that?
It's the biggest thing. All right,
It was just a kind of a surreal experience.
Okay.
And,
My dog stepped on a
went away.
bee.
That just got fixed. We walked out of the trailer at some point. My dog stepped on a bee. We went to the vet and went on with our.
What is it reaction?
Vacation. We actually went to another location after that, and then eventually
Okay.
went home and went about our
Normal lives, yes, as you do.
In
Okay.
June 2013, how were you feeling about your relationship with Mr. Depp?
In June 2013.
May we have the exhibit taken away from? Sure. Thank you.
In June 2013.
By June, I was so torn. I was so in love with this person. Because when it was good, it was so good. You've never felt love like that. At least that's how it felt. So much.
What is this face
I
that
felt
she's
like
doing?
he recognized me and I recognized him, and there was just something there that he's the love of my life.
Uh-huh.
And he was.
Woman, you are irritating me now. It feels like a load of bullshit. Let's see. Amber Heard news. What? Amber Heard pays Eve Barlow to destroy Johnny Depp.
Pays who?
Eve Barlow, that was the girl that she was dating during the trial, and the minute the trial ended, she broke up with her.
Wait, really? Hey.
Yeah. Desperate is team. Amber Heard posting as her sister Whitney. Why Whitney Heard is not credible. Liars. Amber. Oh. Amber Heard's famous friends abandon her, call her radioactive. So, okay.
Oh, that's a clever way to say toxic, actually.
Latest breaking news. Let's see. Okay. Where's the news? I don't understand how these websites work. How does this work? Damn. Heard hires new. Here we go. So here she's hiring a new team to appeal the defamation case. I can read, thank you. I don't need you to play a video. So she sacked her longtime attorney and legal team. As far as I'm aware, Rottenborn has stayed on, but Bredehoff has left. She stepped down. So Heard has hired David L. Axelrod and J. Ward Brown of Ballard Spa to, in her appeal to avoid paying her ex-husband $10.35 million in damages. Mr. Depp sues
It was
defamation.
10.5?
I think there was more stuff added in because initially she had to pay 15, and then obviously it was cut down due to the laws, which was 350, and he asked for 50 million. It's 10. There's it's 10. It's 10.
It's just 10, okay.
It's 10. It's 10. I'm not doing
How's it 10? It
calculations.
just is.
It's 10.
I'm not doing that now.
I'd like to know what happened with the amount.
Do you know what happened with the amount?
Yeah.
About 7 million was added.
I remember she did win one of the cases.
Oh yeah.
So she was awarded money, but she needed to pay him back.
Yeah, but regardless, the amount that she needed to pay him initially was like something like 15 or 13. And then they obviously cut it down because the law in Virginia was max I think it was punitive damages was 350,000. So they gave her 5 million for punitive damages, I think. So she has so she's filed an appeal. So she filed an appeal. Why do all these news sites look like this? I don't understand. Give me a freaking whatever. Bitch. She filed an appeal.
You need a nice one.
Hi, babe.
Also, hi, Bun.
Hello.
Amber Heard hires new legal team. Elaine is stepping down. The perfect time to pass the baton. That's good. I love it. This is a perfect time to pass the baton so that I don't continuously get dragged through the mud. Yeah. In court, Ben Rottenborn, who's also reported in a recent trial, will continue as co-counsel. A statement from Heard's spokesperson suggested the actor wanted different representation to fight her case since new evidence has come to light. That new evidence
What is the
could
evidence?
be recently unsealed documents. As far as I'm aware, the evidence that they keep talking about is the medical records, which there aren't any. It's her therapist's contemporaneous notes or whatever. But hold on. Unsealed documents which reveal multiple key details and events previously kept under wraps in the recent defamation suit. The 6,000 documents included new details of Depp's severed finger injury, personal text between Depp and Marilyn Manson. Depp and Marilyn Manson. Why does that have anything to do with this? Just because Marilyn Manson's also on trial? And more details about
And he
Depp
trial
and
for?
Heard's divorce. Well, Marilyn Manson's on trial because I can't remember. I think her name is
He actually
Rachel.
did some of his shit.
Rachel something Wood. I can't remember her name. She's an actress.
Yeah.
She came forward saying that he assaulted her on set and that he started grooming her. And then they were in a relationship together, but it started on set of some sort. I'm not fully in the details of that. I think we can obviously have a look into that trial if you want. I don't know if it's also being streamed.
I'm curious about it because Marilyn Manson has had a history of reported sexual abuse, so I'm very much more inclined to believe the victim here.
Marilyn, I don't know, I suppose his name.
Neither do I.
I don't think it's gone to trial as of yet. Evan Rachel Wood. Okay, I was close. It doesn't look like they've gone to trial yet. So I can't say anything. Amber Heard speaks on being homeless after insurance company sues her. Oh, that was a day ago.
So they said that the jury did find that she did act in malice, that what she did was intentionally hurt Johnny Depp, which was not
This
included
lady's
in their insurance
eyelashes are
policy.
very
You can't do anything
separated. It's
willfully to harm someone and get sued by them and lose.
As a
So they're
falsies.
refusing to pay out her settlement with Johnny Depp, and they're actually suing her.
After losing the defamation case to Johnny Depp, Amber Heard is officially broke and apparently homeless. At least that's what she claims. She is also dealing with way more legal problems than she had bargained for, as her insurance company has thrown her under the bus, which has forced her to sell her home. Now that she has sold her home, everyone's curious about where she lives and questions if she can even pay Johnny at all. Is Amber
I already
Heard
picked.
really
Oh,
homeless
never
and
mind.
broke,
I was
or
gonna
is
say I
she
already
simply
picked most of
faking it
these.
to avoid paying Johnny Depp? What's really happening between her and her insurance company? After the defamation case came to an end with Johnny emerging as the victor, Amber was ordered to give Johnny Depp $10 million as compensation for lost career possibilities and $5 million in impunity damages. The $5 million was later brought down to $350,000 because of the state statutory cap, making it $10,350,000. She was also awarded $2 million because of the defamatory statement made by Johnny's former lawyer, bringing the total to $8 million. For someone whose current net worth is $2.5 million, it is clear that Amber might not be able to pay Johnny Depp anytime soon. However, fans are speculating that her ex, Elon Musk, will come to her rescue, as he has in the past, and help her out with the settlement.
Yeah,
This
he's
seems
got like
extremely
marks on his
unlikely, as
face.
Elon has also had it with Amber, just like all of us, and won't be offering any financial help to her in the future or falling victim to her blackmailing anymore. During their time together, Amber and Johnny stayed in a penthouse that Johnny owned in Los Angeles. At the time, the pair were one of the wealthiest celebrity couples in Hollywood and would often travel from home to home. Johnny also allowed several of Amber's friends to live in their LA penthouse free of rent. And she was even caught cheating and bringing men into the building when they were still married. After they divorced, however, Johnny sold the penthouse and moved on from it, leaving Amber to find a new place to stay. In 2019, Amber secretly purchased a desert house in Yucca Valley, California. According to the outlet, the property wasn't in Amber's name, but was paid for by a mysterious trust fund that was clearly related to her and covered by her insurance. The house was originally bought for $570,000, but because Amber had lost her insurance, she was forced to sell it at $1.05 million, which is nowhere close enough to the total amount she needs to cough up. During the trial, Amber Heard stayed in a Virginia luxury mansion where she paid $22,000 per month. This doesn't sound like something a broke person would do,
The
right?
fuck? $22,000 a month.
If you got the
For what?
money.
She doesn't have the money. She got kicked out of the penthouse because Johnny sold it. Then she purchased a house somewhere in California that she had to sell for $1 million. So then she started renting this house for $22,000 a month.
Yeah.
But she's broke. And she says she's
Yeah.
homeless after the insurance company sued her. What? I don't understand this logic. There's clearly more lies and deception going on here. This hoe needs to stop. I probably shouldn't say that. But she is, because she slept around while she was married.
Why? If only we knew.
We knew. Also, wait, well, hold on one moment. Swearing, I see chest I must grab.
The mansion came with a tennis
Fuck,
court,
grab
a home
it.
movie theater,
Why can't you get like a small little apartment that's like if it's just you and your daughter, you could get a small apartment that's like what, $500? I'm not
Yep.
I'm not, I don't know how your pricing works in America, but
Could even be less.
surely could be less.
It's depending on the area.
But
It really is
surely, but
depending on the
she's
area.
renting a mansion.
Or depending, for example, an apartment in New York City costs as much as a mansion.
But
Kind
she's
of.
not in New York.
Well, not
The
that
mansion,
much,
which is
actually.
reportedly premium property, is a 25-minute drive from Fairfax County Courthouse.
County?
It says country. Unless they changed American spelling. Unless they meant to say county.
Check.
Anyway. But why?
But yeah.
Like, maybe it's just that thing. Like when you're a star, you need to keep up that stardom therefore you have to live luxuriously even if you don't have the means to do so. I don't see why that is a thing. That makes absolutely no sense, but okay.
Appearances.
But why? She's already claiming she's homeless, but she's living in this thing? Like, guys.
Well, that's the issue, right? She's claiming she's homeless. I'm pretty sure she wasn't the one that put out the information. So by going to or renting out a luxurious house, it's kind of like proving the rumors wrong. It's like, yeah, no, I'm not homeless. I have this
But then
mansion
she
that I
should be able to pay Johnny.
maybe.
After her law firm has just sued her. Baby, just wait a bit. I'm going to finish up here in a bit, okay?
A spa, a swimming pool, 8 bedrooms, and multiple elegant chandeliers with a
8
golden hue and several
bedrooms.
crystal
Why does she
pots
need
that
8
decorated
bedrooms?
the entire
That's what I'm
house.
saying.
Despite living in such a lavish mansion, Amber's lawyers still declared that she was struggling too much financially to pay Johnny. She seemed to be living large for someone who was struggling. At the time, Amber's lawyer, Elaine, went on the Today Show and said that Amber had excellent grounds to appeal the verdict. And when asked if she would be able to pay the damages, she replied, "No, absolutely not."
Is she able to pay a $10.4 million judgment?
Oh, no, absolutely not.
After the case was concluded, Amber was spotted in the Hamptons as her lawyers filed for a mistrial, claiming that the jury's verdict was inconsistent and irreconcilable. According to OK Magazine, Amber's lawyers had tried to take Johnny back to court, filing on the basis that one of the jury members was absent from the panel, stating that her due process had been compromised. However, Johnny's attorneys fired back, claiming that Amber's team had no legitimate basis to set aside the jury's decision in any respect, and that the verdict was well supported by the overwhelming evidence. Many were upset with Amber for trying to pull such a pointless card. Some went online and tweeted their disapproval. Both sides were aware of the issue with juror age and approved him. A fan commented, "Amber Heard is using the court system to continue to harass Johnny Depp. Her lawyers were incompetent. No match for Johnny Depp's team." Someone else said, "She claims she's broke while partying in the Hamptons and eating food that we all wish we could afford. The court
where's
should
my
seize
Uber
all
taking
her
me?
assets and make her explain how she's paying for all this when she owes millions and is being sued by her insurance company. And let's not forget her legal trouble with Australia. Amber Heard thinks she's entitled and above the law.
I
She's
wanna
living
see
in a
this.
dream world. In this case, it was clear that she consciously defamed him, something that even the First Amendment didn't have an allowance for. And because of this, New York Marine filed a lawsuit against Amber on the grounds that the company should not be responsible for paying for these damages. According to the state code, and flying around in a private jet that looked like her baby daddy's, Elon. Others are saying she has some secret money stashed away somewhere.
My flowers, when you act like I know?
End of her legal problems. She
Well,
still
we've been
has
to
a
all the
review
locations where
pledge
they
of
are.
$7 million to anticipated book, with some even offering up to 15. Could she really be homeless? What are your thoughts on this topic? Do you think Amber Heard is truly homeless and that she will be able to pay Johnny Depp's?
I don't think she's homeless. I don't think. Huh? Brother Hope says this is a perfect time to pass the baton. I have pledged to Amber and her appellate team my complete cooperation and assistance as they move forward. I've pledged to Amber. You can't be serious. You can be serious.
3 minutes,
These
Brian.
people. Which one of the 6,000 documents really contains useful information? That's a very good question. Why on earth would Axel Lord attempt ruining his reputation with this nonsense? Well, apparently, I don't know, because...
So is this saying that because he said that she can file for an appeal?
Well, everyone says that she can file for an appeal. The problem is whether or not she can afford an appeal, which she claims she can't, because appealing it is... I'm coming, baby. Appealing it is basically the same as paying Johnny Depp. It's like, how much? Okay, hold on. There must be Google.
I'm gonna look up a guide for all the petty sorrows, Brian. Give me a minute.
Sure.
Because, like, it feels like I only get 10 a day, honestly.
For filing a notice of appeal or initiating a matter under the original jurisdiction of the court, $50 payable by check. Huh? $50?
For filing a notice of an appeal, initiating any matter under the original jurisdiction of the court, $60 payable by check or money.
Why did they say they're filing an appeal?
Maybe it ranges.
Maybe it depends on how much you have, how bad your case is. No, but then that would mean that criminals in the court system, like that have already been in jail already, like and convicted for murder and stuff, their appeals would be far more outrageous than Amber's. I don't know. Well, that's the latest update on Amber. Okay, I couldn't finish watching that because that was just utter bullshit. Dealing with people like this it's a never-ending battle. I think the problem with people like Amber is that they don't want to admit that they're wrong or that they've done anything wrong. They kind of just double down and carry on, which is the problem.
Yeah.
I know, especially with the snake in my life, that's the exact same thing. Like, she even messaged my brother today. She's like, "Oh, can I have James for the weekend?" And we're like,
Bitch.
No. Like, what the fuck? No. But yeah, I think next time we're gonna do a proper case. I don't know who we're gonna do. It depends on who the boys want to learn about, I guess. You can pick a murderer and then we'll go.
Right now.
You can pick a case. Pick a murderer and then we'll talk about it. You can pick a case and then we'll talk about it. I know that there's that new.
Okay. No, actually, there's a very good video on that I do
On
want you
what?
guys to see. It's cool.
On what? On what?
Jack the Ripper. Ripper the Jack.
Dude.
Your mother.
Bruh. Cases that were potentially solved, please.
Bruh, that's
Like,
the
I know
part.
there's
It's far of the way.
I know there's a new case about a guy named Andrew Tate who's using like Facebook and Instagram
Oh my
to
god,
groom
the actual
boys
rug
to
wearing misogynist.
Yeah, to groom boys to be misogynists.
Yeah,
as far as
I've
I'm
heard of him too.
aware. Andrew Tate. I don't care about your net worth, mother effer. An American British internet personality and former professional kickboxer, offering paid courses and memberships through his website to basically teach men inside the violent and misogynistic world of TikTok's new style. Unfortunately, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, I think they've all banned him or what have you.
Why is that unfortunately? I see this as an absolute win.
TikTok has not.
That makes a lot of sense for the platform.
Grossly misogynistic comments have gotten online personally Andrew Tate banned from almost every social media platform except for TikTok, which is unfortunately where a lot of kids are these days. That's just the problem.
That's very true.
Well, I guess that's one we can
YouTube
discuss.
joins Facebook in banning Andrew Tate.
I guess that's the thing we can discuss for next week.
Absolutely.
Cool. Well, okay. This was a very weird and odd stream. I don't know if you guys enjoyed it. Obviously, it was about Amber Heard. No one enjoys that shit.
No one enjoys it.
No one enjoys that.
No one enjoys Amber.
But if you are interested in us discussing this kind of stuff, I guess we can deep dive and see how it goes. Like we can discuss Andrew Tate, or there's that new documentary on Netflix called I Killed My Father.
Oh.
A new documentary called
Killed what?
What?
Don't worry.
It's a mother joke. It's your mom joke, isn't it? No,
It's not.
say it. Say
It's
it.
not.
What is it then?
The disaster that's called cuties.
Oh, that too.
Oh
We're
my
not gonna
God,
go. We're not
cuties.
gonna go
We're
through
not.
that.
Jesus
Netflix,
Christ.
We're not gonna
Netflix,
go through that.
Netflix needs to stop. Netflix needs to stop. But yeah.
I mean, this is an old topic, but like, you know.
Yeah, no.
The scene.
But basically, from what I understand from the snippets that I heard, is that this kid woke up one day to his father rummaging through his phone and basically threatening to. He felt like he was going to be physically abused, and the kid shot him 3 times, called the police, and waited for the police. And then when the police were speaking to him and asking him like questions and whatever, they were like, "When's your birthday?" And he's like, "I don't know." "Who's your mom?" "I don't know." "Can you read and
Hold
write?"
on. I'm looking up a video on this phone. Give me a second.
He's like, "Can you read and write?" And he's like, "I can write the alphabet." And if you take a deeper dive in it, I think in the end we found out that he was actually kidnapped as a child.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we can do that. But yeah, so I think we'll end it here. This thing. Yeah, this is
Great ending, Pixie.
yeah. We'll end it here with we'll end it here with a shithead, Andrew Tate.
Potentially the next discussion.
Potentially the next discussion. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, I hope you guys had a good day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world, and we will see you next time. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.